watched the last game, so you can commentate the picks. I'll be right back.
Okay. You have Wagamama as the captain for the Radiant for Infused, and ldOTA in the captain position for the Dire for experience. First ban out for Infused is the Tidehunter. It's a pretty typical first ban. If you're looking to shut down some team fight, it's usually banned out in order to assist in some kind of strategy you have, rather than just immediately banning out those Imba heroes such as Anti-Mage, Lich, Prophet, or Night Stalker. Nonetheless, a good first ban.
10 seconds remaining.
So Tidehunter ban, huh?
Yeah, I was just commenting on that, and not that surprising to see an AM first ban as well. ldOTA, the captain, just disconnected though.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully he can get back in time to not have to restart the draft.
I think Wagamama just disconnected as well.
These European players already loving that USD server. Well, we have to make do, as unfortunately Europe is down and the matches do need to get played today. So the Tidehunter ban, I mean, perhaps a bit of a respect ban to XP. We did see Tidehunter banned last game, and we do see that ban from time to time, but normally not as a first ban. He is a great teamfight hero.
Yeah, I was just kind of saying that if you want to take some team fight out of the pool, or if you have a strategy that, you know, like if they want to pick up an Enigma, that would be a good first ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, if they want to pick up a great point, you know, if you want to pick up an Enigma, you know, a Sand King, anyone who's got really like a strong initiation that has a channeling aspect to it, Tidehunter, a great way to deal with that. Chen first pick from Infused. They're very confident in this hero. Ancient Apparition is still in the pool, so I would be shocked if XP did not pick him up in one of these first 3 picks.
Maybe a Lich Windrunner. You'll see that a lot.
There's certainly other good heroes in the pool, but there have been a lot of professional games where a Chen pick is just absolutely destroyed by Ancient Apparition. You know, these Chens normally like to go for Mechanism, as well as having that AoE heal ultimate. Or not AoE heal, but the global heal. And so the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast completely negates that team fight potential. We'll see what they choose to go with. There is a Night Stalker in the pool as well. Normally,
I think experience like that hero as well. Wow. Venom's been seeing a lot of play lately.
yeah, we did see him banned actually right away in the last game, and he gets picked up here. So Venomancer, Shadow Shaman, just all the push power and some decent anti-push. A good support in the Venomancer, can solo, but normally seen in the support role, and then of course Shadow Shaman, one of the strongest mids in Dota 2. And I believe XP does like to run him that way, although I think they have, I believe I've seen them run him in a support role. It's normally not how he's played. Windrunner is the response. We saw how powerful that hero was for Infused last game. I mean, Shackle Shot, just one of the best disables in the game. You know, the great lane control with Power Shot, as well as the Windrun for survivability. Crystal Maiden's the pickup. So three very squishy heroes here. And I think an Ancient Apparition pick would really fit in nicely, especially comboed with the Venomancer. And then, you know, they still have some flexibility for who they go with for the last two heroes. We'll see what they pick. I think that would be a good choice here. And they do go with the Night Stalker. I'm surprised he lasted that long. But he's another terror to these low HP, squishy intelligence heroes.
It's also a problem for that Chen, because we didn't get to see it last game, the true potential of a good Night Stalker, but when you have that map control and that first, second night, and you get those kills off, Chen isn't going to feel too safe in the jungle.
Storm Spirit is the ban. Pajkat has played that Storm Spirit in the past, so probably worried about him picking up. They don't want the double initiation power of the Storm and the Night Stalker, as well as the follow-up team fight of and ganking ability of the Shadow Shaman and the Venomancer. I think they're just worried about getting picked off, and perhaps Wagamama tried to avoid that. Dragon Knight's still in the pool. They may choose to run that hero again. He would give them someone who can actually tank all these nukes and aggressive heroes.
Well, I mean, I
and
really
DK
wouldn't be
bans.
surprised.
XP
Oh,
knows
wow.
XP knows their Wagamama. They're not going to let him run that hero again, so I'm not sure who they can go with here. Maybe a Slardar. Slardar is in the pool.
Radiant
Not anymore.
pick.
And the Slardar ban as well. So all of these tanky initiator sort of teamfight heroes being banned out by XP, and I feel like Infused is in a tough spot here. There is a Nyx in the pool if they want to go that route. They've already got their supports, so they need probably another solo as well as a carry of some kind if they're going for a traditional lineup.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how Void or Spectre would fit in here.
Yeah, against that Shadow Shaman as well as the Venomancer. Obviously a lot of pushing power. And then Nightstalker, actually one of the strongest heroes for a pushing lineup, or just because he's so threatening early game that if he charges at you, you can't really defend your tower in most cases. And that allows your other pushing heroes to do a lot of damage. He does right-click fairly hard as well. So I would even call Nightstalker a pushing hero in that respect. Obviously not a traditional one. Faceless Void is the pick, so some great team fight there. Obviously one of the strongest late game heroes and a great team fight hero, but needs a lot of farm to be effective and can be shut down by that Nightstalker as well as the Shadow Shaman.
They're gonna have to.
He's gonna
play
need a lot
this
of help.
very well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this Infused lineup is in a really dangerous spot. If they get behind early, they are screwed. Because they're going to lose those outer towers. Void's not going to have anywhere to farm. All these supports will just melt to the combined nuking and ganking power of these XP heroes. And they've still got 2 more picks to go. So I would expect, it looks like they're going to need probably another support and maybe another solo as well. It depends how they want to lane it. They could dual lane the Nightstalker mid. But they're probably going to put the Shadow Shaman there. It's hard to say how they're going to lane it yet, but I think they have a little flexibility left because of that Venomancer pick. He can pretty much fit into any situation. Sand King is still in the pool. He's been a popular choice. I think he'd fit in well with both lineups.
I agree. I think
maybe not quite as well with Infused because they do need another solo, but I think he'd fit in very well with XP's lineup.
Yeah, if XP were to pick him up, I would really support that pick.
Enigma is actually Enigma's banned. Lich is still in the pool. Lich has not been seen as much play recently. You gotta wonder if XP's thinking about taking that just to avoid the Lich Void combo. Of course, that would give them 4 incredibly squishy heroes.
And I've seen XP play this Viper before, and it's fun to watch.
I think Infused is in a tough spot here. I don't know what they're gonna pick. In retrospect, that Lich might have been a better choice. At least for me. I mean, obviously Crystal Maiden, a little bit stronger of a ganker, but between the denies and the ultimate synergy with Void, he's there. He wasn't banned, so I wonder if they're maybe kicking themselves a little bit for taking Crystal Maiden over the Lich. This last pick is going to decide it all. They really need something special to round it out.
I still think the Lich would be a good pickup for XP, to deny that experience from Void and Gold.
Yeah, we don't see it often, but Lich is quite a good solo here. He's a little squishy. He can be Tower Dove until he's level 6. But at the same time, that deny skill is so powerful. And they go with the Sand King, so I'm a little worried about their lanes. I maybe hoping that they'll run the Nightstalker mid and Sand King can lane against him. Or that they'll find a way to match the Sand King up versus the Nightstalker. But he's going to have trouble with all the other heroes. Especially in the early game.
Viper's such a strong laner.
I would expect to see an Earthshaker here from XP. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No problem.
I think an Earthshaker is going to come out for XP. It just gives them some much needed team fight as well as just a great disable. But they could, and obviously a strong roamer. I think that would be a nice pick here, and they do go with
there
that.
It is.
I gotta say, XP's lineup has a lot more margin for error than Infused. We're gonna have to see amazing Chen play once again, which they certainly have shown they can do. But we'll see how it works this game.
Right, and again, if we see those great shackles from Windrunner, the presence from the jungle from Chen, they they have a chance. You know, they just getting outpicked like this doesn't mean that they lost the game. It's just going to make it really hard for them. And like you said, they're not going to be able to make too many mistakes.
And outpicked, you know, while I feel XP has the more... I just think the XP lineup is more margin for error. I'm not going to say that Infused got outpicked, because I think most lineups can be effective, and most lineups can win. It's just that Infused can get a little behind and still come back from it. Or XP can, rather. Whereas I feel that Infused and their lineup doesn't have as much margin for error because they are so squishy and easily ganked. And they do have 3 fairly, early game heroes. So anyway, let's introduce the players. I'll go over Infused and you can go over XP. So we have Wagamama on that Faceless Void. One of the few captains who tends to play more of a hard carry or solo role. Normally we see them on supports or semi-carry heroes. Fishbone on the Crystal Maiden. Small Gullig, who is the stand-in on that Windrunner. Donnie on the Sand King. And Minnie on the Chen. So I believe it was Minnie on the Chen last game. So reprising his role this game.
Yeah, and for experience, we're going to have ldOTA on the Viper, Aki on Venomancer, Nagaraya on Night Stalker, and Pajkat on his Rasta, which is very strong, and Mirakel, apologize if I said that wrong, on Earthshaker.
Yeah, so the real question, how's the Dire going to lane this? And it looks like the Shadow Shaman is heading mid. Normally where you want to see this hero, but he's going to be up against a Sand King, possibly a Sand King Crystal Maiden dual lane. That could give him a lot of trouble, and that might be a good way to shut him down early game. That's a lot of CC, a lot of early game harass, and you can actually kill him if you play it properly. Windrunner going what looks to be a solo long lane, with possibly an offensive Chen jungle, or maybe just looking to counterward the pull. Or, well, that would make sense actually. So, but he does have these quick sentries, so maybe anticipating the enemy team warding off his jungle. And in fact, Earthshaker is already planning a ward down. This spot, for anyone who's not familiar, it actually blocks 2 creep camps from spawning. It blocks this big camp up above it to the north, and it also blocks this creep camp. So 1 ward blocking 2 poles, definitely a common ward spot, so expect Chen to deny that fairly early on.
Yeah, that's not a very commonly known ward spot. For beginning players.
Yeah, it's really not in a spot where, normally when you see someone ward off a pole, they put it inside of the camp or right behind it, which works. This is known as the magic box ward spot, but every competitive player is familiar with it, and normally one of the first spots to check when you're counter warding. So another ward being placed down, pretty good ward coverage for the Dire, but Chen looks to be offensive. Where is the Chen, actually? Oh, he's just leaving the base now. So he should be counter warding that shortly. So we have Windrunner versus Viper on the top lane. I'd say that's a pretty even matchup. Crystal Maiden getting fissured, but actually going to be fissured away. Oh, Venomancer almost slipping through. That could have been bad. So kind of an unfortunate fissure there, just missing on the block. Yeah. And Sand King versus Shadow Shaman on the mid lane. Night Stalker versus Void on the down lane. So. Oh, and it looks like they're trying to set up a level 1 gank of Wagamama. Hasted Venomancer comes in. He should be okay. Taking that time walk at level 1, very smart. Good defensive play from Wagamama, but he's not going to farm on this lane.
I'm actually surprised they didn't dive that.
Yeah,
the
fissure didn't come out. I think he couldn't get in range because of the time walk. Chen does have a creep from his big camp. And Venomous Gale missing here, but the fissure is going to come in. I think our Venomancer might be in some trouble here. It looks like he should be able to get away. Everyone in the jungle. Crystal Maiden getting attacked by the Night Stalker. Faceless Void comes in. Players really all over the place. And it looks like everyone's going to back out. Night Stalker much too tanky to take down this early on. Without a Centaur. Earthshaker might be a victim here, though. Oh, Void with a time walk. They really want this kill. Crystal Maiden almost certainly dead. And that's going to be our first blood, so not a great start for Infused.
And they didn't, and Void didn't get Earthshaker.
Yeah, I mean, those early game nukes just more powerful than the 1 point in time lock. You're really hoping for the procs there, but can't expect to get it when it's a 10% chance and you're getting maybe 3 auto attacks off. Mid lane, we have Sand King versus Shadow Shaman, so just doing a quick farm check. 5 creeps for the Sand King and 8 for Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman having a slight advantage there, but Sand King actually holding his own. He is running low on consumables, though. Looks like he already used all his tangos.
Yeah, and he's
going
200 away from his bottle.
Stunning in on Pajkat. Pajkat wanted to net him there, but he's going to get out. Ake running away from the Chen Tornado, the Wildkin Tornado here. Should be okay. Crystal Maiden just kind of roaming around on this bottom lane. Void only with 4 creeps. Night Stalker with 5. 3 denies on the Void, and 1 on the Night Stalker. So pretty even so far. But obviously Void needing the farm. Probably even more than the Night Stalker. Pajkat with the Invis Rune looking to set up a gank top, but Windrunner knows he's there because of this ward, so he should be fine. I'm a little surprised Pajkat walked all the way up there. This is a very common ward spot for the Radiant to protect that long lane, but he did walk all the way up, and now he's going to have to walk back. Giving Sand King some free farm time in the mid lane, and he's got his bottle now.
And he just gave him his bottle, yeah.
As well as some tangos, so really concerned about being able to stay in that lane. Which, I can't say I blame him with the power of Ether Shock. Oh, as well as his boots, actually. He's off to a great start. Up to 11 creeps, which, considering the lane, is pretty good. Pajkat spending a lot of time getting runes being out of lane. Does have more creeps, but for the Sand King to be getting farmed is a lot harder, and therefore more impressive than the Shadow Shaman in this matchup.
I do think Shadow Shaman will win that lane, though.
Yeah, it looks like the Crystal Maiden and the Chen really can't leave this bottom lane alone, which is just going to put a lot more pressure on the Sand King. And Viper appears to be dominating Windrunner top. Already a half level above the Windrunner. Windrunner did have to back, so that is one benefit to Pajkat roaming top. And he's getting rune control right now. Just Doni cannot get to the runes with that constant Ether Shock spam.
Windrunner almost goes down there.
Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, Windrunner, no boots yet. ldDOTA with complete free farm in this lane. That's not what you want on the Viper.
His orb is just so strong, and if you're not familiar with orb walking, it's a technique that you can use to use that first ability so that the enemy creeps don't attack you while you're attacking the enemy.
Yeah, you do not draw the creep aggro, so they will ignore you while you attack your opponent for free. So Viper just pounding away on Windrunner here by manually casting that poison attack. Sand King in a bad spot in the Sandstorm. He can't really move. Pajkat's kind of zoning him out here. I wonder if he's sending himself Sentry Wards. I'm a little surprised he hasn't gotten any. Doni is going to find his way out. Burrow striking up the cliff. Nice play by him. Action bottom lane. Earthshaker getting caught out. Centaur going on him as well as the Frostbite. But Crystal Maiden in a horrible position here. Earthshaker's going to go down, and now Venomancer's in a bad spot. Oh, a nice deny by Chen. And they might be able to get Ake now. He did already use the Venomous Scale. Void being popped down on him just to slow down that Chen. You see the power of this Centaur right here. Not just for the stun. A lot of damage between the attack speed aura, as well as just the base damage of the creep being quite high. Action top. ldOTA might actually die. Are we going to see a power shot here? Oh, Sand King roams up top, and that was really helpful. Windrunner needed that gank.
And this is what we were talking about during the pick ban. You know, this is what Infused need in order to counter these picks. They needed that Chen, his presence from the jungle, and Sand King helping out Smuggler top against a very tough lane.
The nighttime has just started. Night Stalker has the boots and the urn, so pretty solid farm for this early. Pajkat applying a lot of pressure to this tower, but now Sand King's going to get to farm some wards. Creep's driving Pajkat away from the tower. Not sure that was the best time to drop them. Probably should have waited for the creep wave, as he's now given Sand King a lot of gold. Sand King with the boots, the bottle. I believe he's got something on the card. No? I guess that's it. Spent some money on the TP scroll, but he'll still be very pleased he bottled up a regen rune. And still has his ultimate. I wouldn't be surprised to see him try and set up a gank on this bottom lane.
Yeah, and he has a regen rune, so you know he's ready for anything right now.
Just taking a quick look at the gold graph. Dire with a slight advantage. I'm guessing off the back of that Viper's farm. Yeah, the Viper and the Shadow Shaman, 33 and 35. Void only with 14. Just, has the kill and the assist to help boost his gold, but really not what you want. They're going up on the low to top again. Sand King comes in. The creep spot him. He's going to tower dive this. We do see a stun and the ultimate. Shackle Shot just to delay that Viper from moving. And that's going to be a nice kill on the Viper. They're doing a good job of shutting Loda down. I'm a little surprised that there wasn't a TP, though. That was a pretty significant dive. Earthshaker had the money for it. It's going to pick up his boots instead, so it wants to be a little more mobile. Normally, if you're a support, you do want to make sure you get those boots early, because if you die, you may never get the gold for them, or it may be another 5 minutes before you do it, at the very least. Patchcat almost has the wards up again, still pushing the middle lane. Shadow Shaman just constantly applying pressure, but I'm still not getting the tower kill.
Yeah, and that's one of those circumstances where, you know, do you send Earthshaker and Night Stalker top, trade her 2 for 1 and possibly a tier 1 tower, or do you stay in lane and soak up that golden experience?
Wagamama has hit level 7, so while he's... Okay, he is maxing Time Walk first. This is not a very... Void can really be built any number of ways, but not the most conventional build. Normally you see him max either that backtrack or the bash first. Patchcat in a horrible situation here. Caught between 2 heroes, but drops the wards, and that's going to be enough. Sand King trying to chase, gets off the stun, does kill the Shadow Shaman, but now he's got to run. Has the urn charges. I'm surprised he's not popping one on himself. And trying to die to the creeps here, but a Void should finish the job. Oh, not well-timed Void, and it's going to be a deny.
He got the deny.
It's only a level 3 Void. If that was a level 4 Void, that would have been a kill. Windrunner and Loda trading fights. I don't think this is a fight Windrunner can win. She wants to go for the... She needs to use a spell. Oh, completely whiffs the power shot, and that's going to be the kill.
Wasn't nice.
Windrunner just waited a little too long to use that ability, giving Viper or Loda some time to get in his head and juke him out.
Earthshaker first.
I think the first time... that's the first time in a few games that we've seen a Windrunner fail.
She's been in a tough spot. Viper, one of the few heroes that it's just almost impossible to outlane in a one-on-one situation. This is going to be the death of this Crystal Maiden. Oh, there is a TP in from the Windrunner. Well, we see a Shackle Shot setting up for one. It's going to come in, but not quite in time. That's a great stun right there. We're going to see a Chronosphere, 2-man Chronosphere. That's what the Void needed. He probably is going to pick up a double kill here. Power Shot should come through any second. Just going to be another Shackle, trying to give the Void the kill. Void not getting the kill. Chen going to take that one, but still good for him. He's getting close to probably those Arcane Boots. Might look and rush the mechanism. We'll see. So
And Void will either pick up his boots or finish his Vanguard here.
The Dire still with a huge gold advantage, even though it really seems like the Radiant is winning these important fights. Mostly, again, the farm on this Viper and the Shadow Shaman is really impressive. Almost 5 creeps per minute on both, which is pretty much the mark of good farm in a professional game. 4 considered to be pretty good. 3, you know, on a hero that needs farm, usually not sufficient. And 6 exceptional. So 5 creeps per minute, pretty solid farm. Really what you want to see on your Viper. But those deaths have hurt him quite a bit. You know, you'd probably see him with the power treads in the Vanguard by now, or at least one of them. Instead, he's just got the Ring of Health and the boots.
Dusted top.
Yeah, and he's going to be fine. He can burrow straight down the hill. Really smart play by him. A lesser SK would have panicked, maybe used the stun to try and run immediately, but very patient, methodical escape route planned out there. A lot of pressure being applied to mid. This is what Chen likes to do, and this is the best way to prevent that Night Stalker from going in, is just to all group up and push, or play passively as a group. But this is better. They're going to get a tower. Fissure comes in. They can't deny it. Crystal Maiden getting that tower kill. She's going to be pleased as her boots are coming down. It'll be a tower trade top though.
And Void chose to go for boots and a magic wand. I think he might complete up that Vanguard now.
Yeah, I think Vanguard would be the way to go. Normally, Voids are... Well, at least in a lot of games I've seen recently, Voids like to go for that fast Battle Fury. But that's a really dangerous choice against such an aggressive lineup. We'll see how he chooses to build it. Gets the power treads, so sort of an in-between item. Gives you some health, but also gives you some damage.
I really don't think he wants to leave lane right now, but he's going to have to.
He'll be leaving one way or another. We're going to see a Chronosphere. No, he's going to Time Walk. Crystal Maiden with a great Nova. This might be enough to get him away. Shadow Shaman coming in does not have the wards. Chen going to melt here. Caught out of position. But he's still got his army, which is pretty much all of Chen's power. Void comes back in, a 4-man Chronosphere, but oh, and the Epicenter. This is going to be a triple kill. No mana for the stun, actually. It's only going to be 1 kill. Uh-oh, and Sandcane's probably going to drop here. Void wants to do something. Oh, a nice power shot. It turns into daytime at the worst possible moment for this Night Stalker, and I think Void's going to kill him. Oh, a nice Venomous Gale. This is going to be a great turnaround for Infused. Oh, the Chen ultimate. Just to give them a little bit more safety in this chase, and just enough mana, thanks to that Magic Wand. Wagamama picks up another assist. 2-0-4 on the Void. What a start. And it wasn't an easy lane either.
Yeah, and there was... The advantage goes to the Radiant side there, primarily because Void was in the fight for all of the experience.
Yeah, he's the highest level in the game, tied with that Viper. But Viper has been killed a lot, so he's not looking nearly... He's not feeling nearly as good as this Void right now. And Chen might get them another tower here. The net goes out on ldOTA. There's Shackle Shot to follow up. Windrunner getting caught out, really being aggressive. There's no Chronosphere. Getting sent back to base by Chen. I think it's going to be in time. He is going to pop out. Chen just playing exceptionally well. But Void needs to let this Chen go. There's no way he's getting out. Sticking around a little too long. He should be okay with that. Oh, Shackle Shot comes out. Venomance, the Dire just have too many heroes here. They can't fight this. The tower dive's going to happen. It is daytime. But I think Void is in a little bit of a pickle here, as his ultimate is still not up. He really wishes it was. Sand King coming in the rear, no ultimate, but the stun might get him a kill. A 2-hero Shackle Shot behind the tower. Void with the buyback. He wants to teleport in and use that ultimate. All sorts of diving going on. Triple kill for someone. I can't even see who got it. Sand King retaliating with a double kill. Was it the Night Stalker who got it? I believe it was. But they pay for it with their life, so a buyback by Waga, but this early on, it's really not that big of a deal. It only cost him 500 gold.
And he hits level 11.
Yeah, 14 minutes in, level 11 on a Void who was getting a babysat, and as well as some ganks from the Chen, so really 2.5 to 3 heroes sharing that experience, already hitting level 11 14 minutes in. You don't even normally see that on solo heroes if they're getting ganked. Or, at best it would be a solo hero would hit around that level at this point. So really impressive play from Infused here. And it's daytime again for quite a while.
And Void actually decided to go for the Battle Fury. He got the Void Stone from the secret shop, and he's going for it. He wants to hit that critical mass of farming.
And I think that's a really intelligent item build. He didn't commit to the Battle Fury. He also didn't commit to the Vanguard. He got something that he wants anyway, which is the Power Treads, and he leaves the door open to either go Vanguard or Battle Fury, depending on how his game goes. And since he's doing really well, he feels a little more confident. He goes for the more aggressive item. 3-man Smoke Gank in the Radiant jungle right now, but they're not going to find anyone. Not sure if they were spotted by a ward or the creeps or Sand King just playing it safe, but uh-oh. Running back into the... Might find these heroes jungling. CM and Chen would be quite a catch here. Oh no, they're going to turn back around because they see the Sand King and they don't see the jungling supports. Sand King going to be really hard to kill, but between all the disables, they should be able to do it. He should be going down here. Oh, a great escape by Donnie.
Great escape.
Call him Houdini, because goddamn, man, I am impressed.
That was his third one this game.
Void comes in. We should see. Oh, Sand King channeling the ult. Or wait, not channeling the ult, actually. Excuse me. Chronosphere gonna lock him down. Are we gonna see a bash on the Night Stalker? I believe a bash did come out there, or some sort of other stun. Night Stalker on the run. Shackle Shot, not gonna latch, not gonna matter. Night Stalker falling down. Everyone on XP running for their lives. This is gonna be a triple kill for the Radiant team, and this might turn into a mid push. They have 20 seconds. They might be able to at least put some damage on the tower. But Void's gonna go farm top, so they'll probably just back off.
And it all came from that Sand King escape.
Yeah, a huge bait by him. What should have been an easy kill on the Sand King. I guess Shadow Shaman not wanting to be use his shackles right away, didn't think he needed it, or something, because ended up letting Sand King live and turning that fight around. Just a quick note, something really good you should do. Take notes from these guys because obviously they're playing really well. When you win a big fight like that, it's a good time to go play some more offensive wards, get yourself a little more map control. Because normally it's pretty dangerous to go placing wards in the enemy jungle, but when they're dead, hey, they're not going to be able to kill you. So Really heads-up play by Chen. Playing out of his mind both games today. Three Scourge heroes coming down bottom to try and defend this tower. Nightstalker has the ult, but he's not confident in popping it right now, and that's a wise choice as there are 4 Radiant heroes gathered up at bottom.
And another part of that fight was Earthshaker decided to just blow his ult to try and solo kill Sand King with no creeps around him.
And this Sand King is not that squishy. He's got an urn, he's got power treads, he's level 13. Wagamama continuing to chase. Oh, a nice Chen ultimate. Now the Chronosphere's up, ldOTA should be dead. We'll see a Frostbite coming out momentarily as soon as this ends. Perfect chain stunning. It's going to be enough to bring down that Viper. Really well played, but the rebuttal is here. Void almost certainly going down. They are going to settle on the Void kill. Let's see if they chase the Crystal Maiden. Only 2 points in Hunter of the Night. This Nightstalker is pretty underleveled for the stage of the game. Otherwise, he'd already be on top of this Crystal Maiden. I think he's going to catch her anyway.
No, he's not.
No, he's actually not. It's going to turn daytime. I think he's going down. Oh, the power shot's going to hit even though the Shackle misses. Huge overextension by Nightstalker. If that ultimate was level 2, he would have at least escaped. Meanwhile, Infused just pressuring every lane and winning fights at their base. Playing really well. Sand King's going to go in on the Venomancer. Oh man, this is not looking good for XP. Shadow Shaman ports in. I'm not sure what he's thinking. That Chen army is fearsome. And now he's netting next to the creeps. Chen doing more DPS than the Void at this point with that creep army. And Sand King going to be there for the assist. ldOTA comes in. XP just with no coordination this game, it seems. Or at least appear to be falling apart now. Chen might drop to ldOTA, but trading your Viper for a Sand King triple kill. He's already got the Blink, and now he's got more health to go with it. Not what you want to see. 19 minutes in, 24 to 15 hero score. Almost 2 kills per minute. What an exciting... Actually, I think it is exactly 2 kills per minute. What a game. Just action-packed, non-stop. And somehow the Radiant pulling out ahead. I really figured this this kind of play would favor that Dire lineup. You have so many aggressive heroes on it. But the Radiant just playing a little bit better.
Sure. And that's what you get for you know, having your Viper shut down top by good Sand King ganks. You know, your Nightstalker not having any effect during those night times. It's just not going to go well for you. And Infused seem to have the map awareness and the teamwork to basically support every player that they need to.
Oh, and this is bad news for XP. If the news wasn't bad enough already, it's getting worse. Windrunner about to complete this pipe, and that is really going to shut down every single hero on that team. Viper does have some decent right-click from Nether Toxin, but a lot of his damage is magical-based between the Orb and the Ultimate. Obviously, Sand King, Shadow Shaman, Venomancer, Nightstalker, a lot of nuke damage, some right-click with the Shadow Shaman wards as well as the Nightstalker right-clicks, but that item is going to turn some team fights in a big way, and the mech's almost done. So between the pipe and mech, that is going to be huge problems for a Dire team that's already having issues in what should be their phase of the game.
And Void almost completing up his Battle Fury. Sorry about that. So a couple important items going to be coming up here in the next couple minutes that might push this game to the next level.
The nighttime is back, and with that comes a little more comfort for XP. They're going to pick up this Tier 1 tower. Radiant in no position to defend that. Smartly going to let it just fall. Sand King going for a BKB. Actually, yeah, nothing on the Dire can stop that. So once he has that BKB, he will be invincible in terms of getting his ultimate off, as long as he doesn't get right-clicked down or caught in the Chronosphere. And so far, they've been really good about coordinating that Chronosphere and Epicenter, so I would not expect to see that change. So what can XP do to win at this point? I mean, they're in a hole against a team that's got probably the strongest late-game carry. Certainly one of the strongest late-game carries in Dota 2 right now. And, you know, they're at a huge disadvantage. Well, gold-wise, they're not that far behind, but in terms of what you want to see, it seems like they are in a pretty big hole. So what do you think they can do?
Well, I think you see it right now. You know, they're trying to use their Nightstalker and their Viper effectively. And look top.
Pipe is popped off. Crystal Maiden not taking nearly as much damage. Sand King ultimate goes off, hitting 2 heroes. ldOTA almost dead. Oh, the hand of God. This Crystal Maiden will not die. She finally goes down. Earthshaker getting disabled out. Nightstalker about to drop. ldOTA, how is he still alive? A nice power shot from the Rainer, going to finish him off. Almost got the deny off there on the Sand King, I believe it was, but not able to do so. Patchcat just strolling in really late to this fight. Does see the Radiant Courier, not going to go for a snipe on it. Boy, if they'd had those Rasta wards in that fight, that might have been a different story. Or not to mention those disables.
Sure, and you know, Pashka could have been there, and if, like you said, if Pashka was there, I think the fight would have turned out differently. But this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to use that Knight. They needed to get some kills on ldOTA, and that Sand King is just too powerful for them right now to control.
Illusion.
Yeah, and you know, just to highlight how impressive this is from Infused, they're doing it with a Rainer. Small Gullig is not even on their lineup. But one of their players who played quite well last game actually was having some internet issues. And they're still dominating right now. Void's got, I think he has the Battle Fury. Yeah, it's on its way right now. I thought he had it earlier, but maybe that was what was on the Courier, I guess, and it got sent back. 23-minute Battle Fury treads. Not the best, you know, certainly not the fastest Void farm we've ever seen. But considering the lineup he's going up against, really impressive. And he's been helping his team the whole time. It's not like he's just been farming.
Right. And you know, he's made a big difference in these team fights.
You compare that to the Viper, who's sitting on some serious mid-game items, you know, with just a Vanguard and Treads. Obviously, great items to have on a Viper, but not going to, you know, be able to go and touch that Void, you know, in terms of the farm potential or the late game scaling. So you have to be concerned if you're XP. I don't think you can just farm this up, and it's nighttime, and they don't feel comfortable being aggressive.
Here comes the smoke gank on the Windrunner.
This is a kill that they desperately need. This is going to be a long chase, though, because she's got a pipe as well as a Windrun, which she hasn't even used yet. She does pop it off, and they can't even kill her. They can't kill a Windrunner 2-on-1 at night. And the response from Sand King, he immediately stuns in. 2-hero Shackle Shot, not going to latch. ldOTA caught in a bad position here, can't regroup with his team. The Fissure comes out to try and allow that, but ldOTA going to run the long way. And boy, if you can't kill that Windrunner at night, you got some issues, my friends. So
yeah,
I'm a little worried for XP right now.
Well, you know, and they're going to respond with a smoke gank of their own. But Viper is not going to outcarry that Void.
Yeah, he can't do it alone. You know, if he gets some backup, if he gets some chain stuns, he can dish out the damage. But one-on-one, of course, a Viper is not going to kill a Void. Oh, Ake. Ake's going to drop so fast there. Just never had a chance. Great smoke gank. So, you know, and I think maybe a mistake by XP doing a smoke gank with only 2 heroes when, you know, Infused has been very coordinated all game. Infused going with 4 heroes on the smoke gank going to be a lot more effective. It also helps that Windrunner is a lot harder to kill and a lot tankier, but maybe just a little better coordination.
Sorry, and just going to say, with that gank...
Oh, sorry, a little bit of action mid. The tower's in deny range. Void isn't with the team here, so I don't think they can fight this, but the Shackle Shot does latch. Chen wants the kill. Viper going to go down. Some amazing creep micro. The ultimate goes off on Sand King as well as Chen. Void's on his way, but I don't even think they're going to need him. They're winning this fight without the Void. The Shackle Shot doesn't hit. Night Stalker, you're dead. Shadow Shaman not able to do anything. This might be the GG here. I think they can get a Rax. Void's here. He still hasn't used the ultimate. Patchcat trying to retreat to his wards. It's not going to matter. He goes down, and now some more gold for Wagamama, who's already getting really fat. Another 2,500 gold in the bank. This is not looking good for XP at all. This is still their stage of the game, or it should be, based on their lineup, and they're just getting crushed.
Yeah, and you commented on it. They were able to initiate that team fight and win it while their Void was just farming bottom, and he walked mid and finished the team fight.
The fight went on for like 25 seconds, and Void still manages to, you know, to show up in time to pick up a kill for himself. Or I believe it was on the assist actually, but nonetheless. And I wonder what he'll go for next. He could go for that BKB, block all that magical damage as well as the stuns. Could go for, you know, some sort of damage item. Mask of Madness probably not in the cards, as he would have gotten that already if he wanted it, I would assume. Chen doing a nice little trick here. You can actually control a creep from up this hill, because you do get vision right here. So for anyone who's looking to play Chen, if you want to be able to, when you're level 1, come dominate a creep here, or convert it, and then you have much quicker access to the rest of the jungle. If you're offensive jungling as well, it's a lot safer. You don't have to walk all the way in here. You can just do it from the high ground. So really smart play by this Chen. At this point, not too big of a deal, but just a little pointer for all of the newer Chen players out there.
And Void decides to pick up an ultimate orb from the side shop as well as a quelling
Manta
blade
style.
to increase his harm. Yeah, and for the Manta and then the quelling blade, I believe Lumi said it increases your farm with Battle Fury by about 22%. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, well, it gives you that 32% bonus on the auto attacks, and then 32% bonus reduced on that cleave, so probably is right. Luminous much better at math than me, and a great Dota caster as well. But certainly it's going to increase his farm, and that's the last thing that XP needs. Oh, a smoke gank. This,
top.
or both teams smoke. Both teams are smoked. I don't think XP is aware of this. They seem to... Oh, a nice two-man stun and the epicenter. Earthshaker canceling it. That was huge. But I don't know if it's going to matter. Chen's so strong. Earthshaker comes in. A huge ultimate. But the mech, they just will not die. And here comes Void with the DD rune and the ultimate. This is going to be a massive wipe for Infused here. Two heroes getting cleaved by that double damage. Shadow Shaman does disable him. Chen's going to go down. Shackle Shot could win this fight. Viper in some danger here. Shackle Shot not going to latch. Void actually losing the fight with the Shadow Shaman. That's shocking. Windrunner going to get the kill, though. And the Windrun applied again. Void can't get back in there. It looks like he time-walked himself into the trees by accident. Faceless Void, where are you? Your Windrunner's dying. Windrunner's dead. And Sand King has the blink. Maybe he'll chase. Does get the stun off. This might be the opening they need to get the Night Stalker. What a fight. That was all over the place. But in the end, it pretty much an even trade, which, I don't know. I think because XP is behind... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think that went in the way of Infused again because the Viper died. An important hero to keep alive. And Void stuck around.
Yeah, that's a great point. Look at his items. We talked about them 8 minutes ago. They haven't changed an inch. Not one iota. Still just sitting on the power treads and the Vanguard. Earthshaker had a big fight. That Blink Dagger was huge. Even with the pipe up and the 2 Chen heals, still almost killed 3 heroes by himself. And I think that's really their only chance of winning these team fights is a great initiation or counter-initiation by the Earthshaker. It's always important, but especially when you're behind like this.
And here comes Void Manta on the courier.
So he does get the Manta style, and one great reason to pick this up, and perhaps what Wagamama has in mind, is it removes that fear. So if you get silenced by Night Stalker, you just pop your Manta style, and you can still Chronosphere or Time Walk. Haven't checked the gold graph in a while, so unsurprisingly, favoring the Radiant by quite a bit here, probably around an 8,000, maybe 9,000 gold lead. Chen now going for his Aghanims. If he ever gets that, I don't see any way for the Dire to kill anyone.
Illusion.
I'm surprised this roster went for Aghanims. I really feel like they need some more
a Blink Dagger,
a
Yule Scepter, maybe. Yeah, I'm with you there. It's you're not. The wards are great, and they do actually. I made a mistake yesterday. Apparently, they do attack even when they're inside the Chronosphere, which I did not know. But even then, come on, slightly up or somewhat upgraded wards versus another disable or utility item. They need that initiation. They have Night Stalker running in is not going to work. Yeah, you've got the Earthshaker, but it's hard for him to set up a good ult if he goes in first. Smart teams aren't going to group up. Viper going to TP out here. Maybe he'll go for a Yasha. I mean, he just doesn't have any gold.
Sure,
They're checking that Roshan. Oh, they're going for a Roshan here. The Radiant see them. This is not good. Oh, ldOTA. I believe... Radiant? Did they see them? I don't know if the Radiant actually saw them. I don't think this ward's...
They do.
They certainly saw someone walking around by the rune. And this would actually be a good trade. Giving up a tier 2 for Roshan at this point in the game, definitely worth it. Unfortunately, they don't have the wards, though. That could be a problem if the Radiant continue pushing. Tier 2 tower going to go down, so Tier 2 tower for Roshan, even gold trade, more or less, and then
Dire's
obviously you
top
get the
tower has
Aegis.
fallen.
You lose a little map control, but that 6-man in the team fight's certainly worth it.
Yeah, and you know, Infused needed to do this. They weren't going to be able to defend that Roshan. They don't have any towers to teleport to nearby. They were all top, gearing up for the push when they decided to go into the Roche pit. Just a good choice.
Yeah, that's a great point. Especially on the Radiant side, if you lose these Tier 1 mid and bottom towers, it's such a long walk to Roshan. I mean, the Dire don't have any Tier 2 towers, but even then, it's still almost an equal distance from here to here, as well as from here to here. So, just drawing some very poor lines on the map. Dire do see all the Radiant players smoked up here, but I think they've given up on that gank. They just retreat to their own jungle for some more farm. And the Radiant will do this all day. They would love to just turn this into a farm fest. Once that Void gets his next big item, I'm guessing he'll go for a BKB. Maybe more damage, something like a Butterfly or an MKB. There's certainly a lot of ways to build the hero. He would just be almost immortal. Between the BKB, the Chen's ability to send it back, the Pipe, the 2 heals, the Mecha and the Chen ult, as well as the BKB Mata and the Chronosphere Time Walk. How are you going to kill this guy if he does get one? How are you going to kill him anyway? I'm not sure.
I don't know either. And, you know, another strange item choice on this Night Stalker going for the Aghanims as well. It's not really what they need.
Yeah, the one thing that Aghanims gives you is that, you know, that opportunity to maybe catch a hero out of position. But when is the last time Infused has been out of position this game? I mean, they're playing so well. Look at them now. They're playing really safe. All 5 heroes grouped up bottom. And I think even if you lose a little farm with 5 grouped up and a little EXP, at this point it doesn't matter. You've got that lead. You just need to not make mistakes. We saw it yesterday in EG versus Next KZ. EG got a little aggressive, I want to say greedy, and you know, we're farming on their own, trying to gank two players at a time. And that's one way to lose a lead, even when you've got the better heroes. Infused is not going to make that mistake from the looks of it. So Wagamama goes with the Mask of Madness. He's going to bash the ever-living crap out of everyone on the Dire. It does make him squishier, though.
Yeah, it does. But I apologize if this is late. You probably showed it already, but just to make the statement that Sand King did get that BKB finished up. And,
oh, I didn't even notice that. That's going to be bad. How are you going to stop
huge.
that? There's nothing. Earthshaker, none of his stuns go through BKB. The damage does on the Echo Slam, but that's it. The Shadow Shaman has no way to deal with that. No, the Dire can't do anything. If Sand King gets a good ult, that's a good game. And with that Void to set him up, how are you going to stop it? I fear for XP in the next team fight. I have a real bad feeling.
Clinton Fearless.
I'm not quite as good at being fearful as he is, or instilling fear. I suppose that's where the name comes from. But nonetheless, I'm certainly afraid right now. Wonder what Wagamama will go for next. I mean, I really don't think he needs more damage. He's got a Battle Fury, Mask of Madness, and a Manta. That's all the attack speed you cover 1. Plenty of plus damage. So I think at this point it just needs to tank up. And you can do that with a Butterfly, with the extra evasion. You can do it with the BKB, or you can do it with probably a Heart. So we'll see what way he goes. I'd be shocked if he built another damage item. But I don't know that it would matter anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. XP, they were looking for an opportunity bottom to get a gank off with their smoke. They decided, or they weren't able to find anybody because the entire Infused team was top in their jungle, so it looks like they're going to have to back off this push.
Yeah, and this is the problem with that Aghanim Scepter. He's got it, but he can't use it. You know, it helped them get Roshan a bit, I suppose, but, you know, these tier 2 towers are standing strong, and they can't fight under a tower. In the shadow of the tower, it's just too easy to set up the Chronosphere Epicenter combo. Oh, this might be an opportunity here for XP. Infused are spotted out. They've only really got 3 heroes in position. 4 maybe. And Chen actually doesn't really need to be there with the ult, so this might not be a fight they can win. They want this Windrunner. They're going to get the Hex. Or actually, starting with the Shackles. Oh, the Venomancer ult used just for just one hero. Oh, Sand King. Oh, the Chronosphere actually canceling the Sand King ultimate. That could be devastating. Void's here. The Hand of God comes out. Still nobody down for the Dire. Wagamama doing all sorts of damage. Not really sure who he wants to target. They're going to settle on the Night Stalker, but he's got 2 lives. Not sure that was the best choice. I don't think it will matter, though. Nightstalker comes back, should be able to chain stun him down. Actually, they can't get a lock on him. Okay, there comes a great shackle shot. Oh, Earthshaker with the counter initiation. Wagamama still can't take this guy down, even with the Mask of Madness extra damage that he's taking coming out. Buyback from Sand King. Not sure he needed to do that, but probably doesn't need any more items anyway, so. Wow.
And I think that could have gone a whole lot worse for XP if that Sand King ult didn't get canceled by the Chronosphere. That would have been it would have been over.
That was a split second. I didn't actually have Sand King selected, but there was no way. Maybe a quarter second, maybe a half second left at most on that ultimate channel, and that would have been probably a team wipe leading to Roshan's down. So probably a tier 3 tower, if not a Rex.
And that was just, that was just mistiming, that...
Yeah, these things happen.
Much for that.
And as you pointed out before, this is on a USD server, so unfortunately some of our players here are dealing with a little bit of delay. You can see most of them at 170 to 200 ping. So a good 0.2 seconds of additional delay. Which is probably the amount of time that Chronosphere was off by, to be honest. So anyway, Wagamama, another 4k gold in the bank. God, this void is filthy rich, considering the lane he was up against. Really impressive by Wagamama to play, to be his team's captain and in-game leader. Do these picks, play the hard carry, and have to farm exceptionally well and stay alive all game, and still, pretty much initiate the team fights flawlessly. Obviously, he's had some fantastic support, but, very impressive overall, at least for me.
Yeah, especially from that Sand King. He's been a factor throughout this game.
Even the Crystal Maiden's got some items. It's only a Drum of Endurance and the Power Treads, but that's pretty good.
Hey, that's impressive for a CM.
When the last game was a CM who got her boots at 25 minutes, and was walking around with 500 health the whole game, I gotta say, this is one rich lady. Wagamama gonna initiate Chronosphere just for the Nightstalker here. I don't know if that was really necessary. A lot of stuff being used just a Nightstalker, but I guess they just know they can right-click them to death. And that's gonna be 2 heroes down. Instant buyback. Podgecat, I don't know. Okay, Shackles and then BKBs. That's not the order he wanted to do those in. That's not gonna work out. Hand of God comes out. Oh boy. Actually, these buybacks might win them the team fight. Sand King sitting around Invis. Where's Faceless Void? I can't even find him. Oh, he bought back. He did go down. And Chen's on the run now. 2 fights going on simultaneously. Earthshaker looking to be in some trouble. Chen going down. Windrunner looking to be in some trouble. These buybacks might get infused the team fight win here. Wagam, just going to go farm top, figuring his teammates are dead, or that he can't help them anyway. I think Windrunner will go down. Might be able to get away with this Force Staff. Let's see what she can pull off here. No, with that Aghanims, it's not happening. She goes for the TP. Actually, Earthshaker with a nice blink.
Good play. Good play.
But, even though XP... Yeah, but even though it was, I think there were 3 or 4 buybacks there. Can't see... Void did buyback, and I believe a bunch of Dire Heroes did. I know Viper did. I want to say Venomancer did as well. I know there were a couple buybacks.
I don't think Sand King died. I think he was able to get out.
Yeah, he did. His compatriots were not quite as fortunate. This should be a tier 2 tower, though. Which they've been trying to get these tier 2 towers for like 20 minutes. And finally going to claim one here. Just going to take a quick look at the gold graft. Around 10k, which is honestly not that much for the stage of the game. Oh, Chronosphere on 2 heroes. Void hitting like an absolute truck, even on a Nightstalker, with 17 armor and 2,700 health. Oh, that's going to be 2 kills. Viper caught out of position. Viper should go down momentarily here. Fissure kind of messing up some hero pathing. I don't think it's going to matter. Viper going to go down. Ake just TP's out, says, F this, I'm out, peace. Meanwhile, Earthshaker running for his life. He's going to take this time to play some wards, and this should be some Rex for Infused.
Sand King decided to wait in the background and channel up that epicenter before going into the Chronosphere this time.
A little fed up with Wagamama and his Chronospheres, apparently. Just kidding, Wagamama. That should be the game here. So, another buyback actually came out. Sorry, I missed that. Shadow Shaman, just to drop the wards, but I mean, Void could just right-click these wards down in about 2 seconds. I'm kind of surprised he's not. Just wants the tower right now. Windrunner popping her ultimate for the tower, so they're not going to have that for the Rax, but it should go down here. Void coming again. That Chronosphere, I cannot believe it's up again. Does he have a refresher orb? Wow, that cooldown is low. The pipe comes out. Chen's... Oh, did he? Oh, wow, I actually missed that. That's insane. What is that cooldown with Aghanim's? 70 seconds? 60 seconds?
60 seconds.
That's not good, and that's a great pickup, because that Chronosphere, just winning them all these fights, not even going to bother to kill Earthshaker, just going to take the Rax. Buyback from Sandcane. They go for the ranged and then run. I'm kind of surprised about that. They had a 3-on-3. Did they hear the buyback of the Sandcane and somehow think it was an enemy hero? I don't... maybe they see Roshan and they want to go for that. Not sure. Well, anyway, Infused still with a clear lead here. And Wagamama...
Look at the amount of wards that the Dire has placed on the map right now.
Yeah. When you lose all these outer towers, you just have no map control, and the only way to reestablish that is with good wards. You know, unfortunately, the wards are really no replacement for towers. Just in terms of being able to TP to these key spots around the map to try and help your team. So, anyway, just doing a quick item check here. I haven't done this in a while. Sandcane hasn't really added much. Chen with the Aghanim, so has that ultimate on a 30-second cooldown. No other real big item pickups on the Radiance. Earthshaker did get the Ghost Scepter. Some dancing around Roshan. But the Radiant no, and they don't want to let this one go too easily. There's no... Oh, the Venomancer. Great Shackle Shot. Actually, a little surprised that one latched. Chen with all the heals. Chronosphere only on one hero. Sand King comes in. They are going to kill off the Earthshaker, though, and there goes your team fight. Hasted Faceless Void. Running at max move speed here with in chicken form. Patch Cat goes down. Loda going to drop shortly.
And I think
Wagamama, you are too good, my friend. The GG's come out. XP, a well-played game, but just couldn't overcome that early deficit to the Faceless Void. 12, 3, and 13. Although, as you mentioned, the Sand King, perhaps even more impressive. 11, 6, and 20.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
GG's from both teams, so some good manners. Always like to see that.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And gold per minute, Faceless Void almost hitting 600. Possibly the best late game carry in Dota 2 right now. That's hard to come back from.
That's just insane farm from him.
And he was up against a really tough lane in the down lane. Well, in the short lane for him, but you know, he got some Chen support, and that's really what got them the start that the Void needed. They're going for some Fountain farm here. Come on, just end the game, guys. Be good mannered. Guys, don't do this. It's very rude. No, I'm just kidding. But Void can Chronosphere that Fountain. He's not even taking damage from it. Windrunner's tanking it with the Windrun. Not going to Chronosphere it. So they're still diving that town. But this is pretty much the GG. I'm just going to throw up the gold graph here. We see a solid 18,000 gold lead right now. Wow, another great game. You know, coming on the heels of that next KZ match yesterday, pretty impressive. D2E has been delivering so far, I must say, and this is only the qualifier stage.
Yeah, I really, I'm excited, and you know, I'm really looking forward to see what Infused have to show us for the rest of this tournament. You know, they're looking pretty strong. Especially up against, I would say, equal opponents in experience. You know, they're nothing to really shake a stick at.
Yeah, so all the players have left the game from the looks of it, so I will do so as well. Really well played by both teams, and especially Infused. So perhaps not as well known as ldOTA and the rest of that XP lineup, but still getting the job done. So guys, I'm going to throw up the waiting screen here. There may be some more games. I'm just going to check in with the tournament organizer. Thanks for joining us, and I'll be back soon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.